a very important theorem of class 9, that is midpoint theorem. And what is midpoint theorem? The statement of the theorem is the line segment joining the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle is parallel and half of the third side. किसी भी ट्राइंगल में कोई टू साइड्स के मिड पॉइंट को ज्वाइन करेंगे तो जो लाइन सेगमेंट मिड पॉइंट्स को ज्वाइन कर रहा है वो थर्ड साइड के पैरेलल होगा और थर्ड साइड का हाफ भी होगा. वी हैव टू विजुलाइज इट. डायग्राम बनाते हैं. गिवन, व्हाट इज गिवन? सी, देयर इज अ ट्राइंगल ABC. We take here D as midpoint of side AB and here E as midpoint of side AC. Such that AD is equal to BD and AE is equal to CE. इसको और फर्दर विजुलाइज करते हैं. This point is D and this point is E. प्रूव ये करना है DAB साइड का मिड पॉइंट है और ये E पॉइंट है वो AC साइड का मिड पॉइंट है. दिस इज एक्चुअली E. प्रूव करना है ये जो लाइन सेगमेंट मिड पॉइंट्स को ज्वाइन कर रहा है DE, this will be parallel to the third side BC, and number 2, this DE will be half of side BC. ये DE इस थर्ड साइड BC का हाफ भी होगा और पैरेलल भी होगा. And this is mid-point theorem. How to prove it? For this, we need construction. What construction is required here? देखिए, from point C, you draw a line parallel to BA. यहां से ये जो लाइन है इसके एक पैरेलल आप लाइन बनाइएगा ऐसे. देखिए, यहां से एक लाइन पैरेलल आनी चाहिए. दिस लाइन, आप इसको एक्सटेंड किया और यहां से एक लाइन आप पैरेलल ड्रॉ करेंगे BA की. ये जहां भी इंटरसेक्ट करे, mark this point as F. I am making this point E. So what construction is required here is yes. In triangle ABC, through point C point say, draw a line parallel to BE, which meets DE produced at F. DE को आपने प्रोड्यूस किया, एक्सटेंड किया, बढ़ाया तो इस पॉइंट पे मीट किया है. और ये जो लाइन है CF, this is parallel to this line BA, or you can say BD. Now proof. First of all, we have to prove that BCFD is a parallelogram. Before that, we have to prove that this triangle and this triangle, the two triangles, are congruent. In triangle AED and CEF, AE is equal to CE. You know that E is midpoint of AC, therefore AE is equal to CE, and this is given. And angle DAE means this angle is equal to this angle because the two lines BA and CF are parallel by construction. So these two angles are alternate interior angles. And third is this angle is equal to this angle. These two angles are vertically opposite angles. So we can say that triangle AED is congruent to triangle CEF by ASA congruency rule. हमने ये प्रूव किया ये ट्राइंगल और ये ट्राइंगल, ये दोनों ट्राइंगल कॉन्ग्रुएंट हैं. नाउ सी, नाउ व्हाट टू डू? By CPCT, we can say that this CF is equal to AD by CPCT. But since D is midpoint of AB, so this AD is equal to BD. So we can say that this BD is equal to AD is equal to CF. यहां से हमें ये कंक्लूजन निकालना है कि ये साइड और ये साइड इक्वल है. BD is equal to CF. And we already have by construction BD is parallel to CF. by construction हमने कंस्ट्रक्शन किया है कि देखिए BE is parallel to CF. BE means this BA, this one. BA is parallel to CF, or you can say BD is parallel to CF. So there is a rule that if in a quadrilateral, if one pair of opposite side is equal and parallel, the quadrilateral will be a parallelogram. So this will be BCFD will be a parallelogram. How to write it? So DE is equal to FE and AD is equal to CF by CPCT. But AD is equal to BD, it is given since D is midpoint of AB. Therefore, DD is equal to CF, that is DB, sorry. BD is equal to CF, so, and BD is equal to parallel to CF. देखिए यहां पे दो बातें आपको ध्यान रखनी पड़ेगी. BD CF के इक्वल है, BD CF के पैरेलल. सी इन दिस फिगर. फिर से देखिए, ये BD और this CF equal and parallel. That is why we can say that BCFD is a parallelogram. BCFD. This is a parallelogram. हमने BCFD को एक पैरेललोग्राम प्रूव किया. राइट? अब हमें पता है कि इन पैरेललोग्राम अपोजिट साइड्स आर पैरेलल. सो this BC will be parallel to DF. Opposite sides हैं. Or this BC will be parallel to DE because the two sides are also opposite sides. So as a result, DE is parallel to BC and opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. Therefore, first part is proved. ये जो हमारा फर्स्ट पार्ट है ये प्रूव हो गया है कि DE और BC पैरेलल है. मींस DE is parallel to BC. सेकेंड पार्ट प्रूव करना है कि ये DE BC का हाफ है. DE is half of BC. It is also simple. Again, we know that opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. So this BC, DF is equal to BC. Opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal, but DF can be written as DE plus FE. DE plus FE. But by CPCT, FE is equal to DE. Here see. So In place of FE, we can put DE. So DE plus DE is equal to BC. So twice of DE is equal to BC. So DE is equal to half of BC. And we have proved the second part of it. Proved second part. That's all the proof of midpoint theorem of a triangle. A very important theorem, the converse of midpoint theorem. The statement of the theorem is the line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle that is parallel to the another side will bisect the third side. The statement is a little bit difficult, but it is easy to prove. Actually, we have to visualize it. In triangle ABC, D is midpoint of side AB and DE is parallel to BC. See figure. This is triangle ABC. Here D is midpoint of AB and there is a line DE, this point is E, which is parallel to BC. See how? E is midpoint of AC, means AE is equal to CE. And to prove this D is midpoint of AB. What is given C? Carefully. ये D एक साइड AB का midpoint है. और इस मिड पॉइंट से ये जो लाइन है DE ये BC के पैरेलल है एंड मीटिंग और इंटरसेक्टिंग AC at E and we have to prove that we have to prove that this E is midpoint of AC. D is midpoint of AB. DE is parallel to BC. Then we have to prove that E is midpoint of side AC. For this, we require some construction. To C, draw a line parallel to BA and extend DE. Both will be intersecting the point. Mark that point as F. Through C, draw a line parallel to BE, which meets DE produced at F. See figure. Proof. We have to prove these two triangles congruent. And then by CPCT, AE will be equal to CE and then E will be midpoint of AC. So, BD is equal to CF by construction. And BC is parallel to DF. Given, because it is given DE is parallel to BC. DE लाइन को ही हमने एक्सटेंड किया, लाइन सेगमेंट को ही हमने एक्सटेंड किया है. इट मींस DF is parallel to BC. Given. Since both pairs of opposite sides are parallel, means this parallel to this and this DF is parallel to BC. That is why BCFD is a parallelogram. In any quadrilateral, if both pairs of opposite sides are parallel, the quadrilateral will be a parallelogram. That is why BCFD is a parallelogram. Means here we can say this is a parallelogram. In parallelogram, opposite sides are equal, means this equal to this. But D is midpoint of AB, so BD will be equal to AD. So we can say that this AD is equal to CF, this one. And this angle is equal to this angle because alternate angles. And you can say this is vertically opposite angles. So that is why the two triangles are congruent. But how to write? BD is equal to CF. And AD is equal to BD. That is why is equal to CF. तीनों side equal हो गई. So AD is equal to CF, means this equal to this. So now in triangle AAD and triangle CEF, DAE is equal to FCE. See the figure. These are alternate angles. AAD is equal to CEF. See the figure, vertical opposite angles. And AD is equal to CF. We already have proved. So triangle AED is congruent to triangle CEF by AAS congruence rule. By simplicity, AE is equal to CE. If AE is equal to CE, it means E is midpoint of AC, and it is proved. Hence proved. That's all for this theorem, converse of midpoint theorem. Very important, and many questions based of this chapter based on the two theorems, the midpoint theorem and converse of midpoint theorem. So these two theorems will be very, very helpful when we do the examples of your book and the questions of NCERT or any other book. So that's all for the two theorems.